What's going on, everybody? We back in it. Back again with the pad and pen. It's turning into a blowout, man. Turning into a blowout. Yeah, okay. Indiana, Illinois. Man, this game was a little bit closer in the first half. The VCU seems like they're kind of just running out of steam here. They got North Carolina. I think it wasn't exactly an even matchup in a sense because North Carolina was not healthy. Ivisic with the tray ball. Brandon Jennings misses the three. VCU dead ball team timeout. Terrence Hill Jr. is having another good game though. Brandon Jennings with three. Tracy with two. Bell with two assists. Terrence Hill, I believe he's leading them in scoring and assists, but he comes off the bench. Ivisic is having a good game. Stojakovic, 19 points, the son of Peja Stojakovic, NBA champion all-star. Keaton Wagler, 8 points. He's projected to be a top 10 pick. Kylan Boswell had a really good career. Started out at Arizona. Was really young his freshman year, probably like 17 years old or something like that. So it's crazy to see him as a senior, but had a really good career coming back home to Champaign to play for the hometown team. You feel me? Yeah, this one's getting a little ugly. This one's getting a little ugly. Keaton Wagler with a layup. Ivisic on the assist. I'll give it till 3 minutes. If that other game is a little bit better, I don't know if High Point could bang with Arkansas. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the way Darius Acuff is rolling right now, like honestly, the Duke looked really good. It's hard to bet against Cam Boozer. It is hard to bet against Cam Boozer. Barry Evans with the 12-foot floating shot. I imagine that's a floater. I don't know what a floating jump shot is. I guess you can float into your jump shot, but I'll just call it a floating jump shot because that's what they said. Yeah, we foul on Jadrian Tracy. VCU not giving up. I imagine they'll cut into this lead a little bit. Um, let's see what they're how they're shooting from Trey, from three ball land. Illinois is a gifted team, right? The probably the number one offense in the country. So you got a lot of players who could score the ball. Mauritius is a good player as well. He doesn't even have any points in this game, which is which is kind of telling to how good of a team Illinois really is. But let's see what the 3-point shooting is looking like for not so great for VCU. They took 27 threes and have only hit 6 of them. No free throws. Getting pounded on the glass. Oh, shoot. This is not close right now, but VCU isn't completely out of it. I'll tell you that. There's always a shot, but they're gonna have to get some stops and either make some free throws or hit some threes. Yeah, it's never easy, but you're never completely out of it. You're never completely out of it. I think it might be like a TV timeout, which is why, or maybe not. Yeah, it might be a TV timeout, which is why there's this delay. High Point staying with Arkansas a little bit, but I just don't know how easy it'll be to slow down Acuff. Malik Thomas in the starting lineup too. DJ Wagner went to the bench. Nice to see if he stays another year and if he can kind of get into the starting lineup and really establish himself as a potential NBA player. Credit to him for being patient and really trusting Calipari through this process. Lazar Djokovic with the foul. Imagine he fouled Jake Davis on that rebound. And good play by Jake Davis. You get the rebound, put it up. Try to be easy with it. Don't be too sweet. Take the points that are coming your way. Stojakovic misses the three. Barry Evans with the defensive board takes it down. Jadrian Tracy with the layup. Stojakovic subbing out for Illinois. Keaton Wagler coming back, and Keaton Wagler, as was mentioned earlier, he interesting story for Keaton Wagler. He was a guy who was not really ranked super high, maybe 150 or maybe even out in that range. Right? He's a guy with only a few high major offers, maybe three Power Four conference offers, and he had a massive game, maybe in about January or so, January or December, where he scores 45 points and he bursts onto the national scene, and now he's a potential top 10 pick. So that tells you, kids, don't ever give up. Right? We live in a different time where in the transport portal era, in the NIL era, so it's a little bit tougher for a lot of these guys to gain scholarships to have opportunities, but don't ever give up. Brandon Jennings makes a 7-foot hook shot. Illinois with the ball. As it was mentioned, Keaton Wagler with the tray ball. Splash down. 20-point lead right here. Man, these other games are a little bit closer. I might have to switch that thing up. I might have to switch that thing up. Lazar Djokovic with the makes the first free throw. Hey, if you're trying to make a comeback, you want to make as many points as possible with the clock stop. There you go. Makes 2-2, 18-point game. Still 5 minutes left. It's gonna be tricky to get back in this game, but it's not impossible. Certainly not impossible. Stojakovic, 19 points, the son of Pedro. 19-point game, just under 5 to go. Illinois is kind of handling them right now, and Illinois got a shot. Not sure how great their defense is, but offensively they're pretty loaded. They are pretty darn good offensively. Boswell, Keaton Wagler, Andrei Stojakovic. Stojakovic started out at or at Stanford, rather. Transferred to Cal. He's a California kid. Transferred to Cal. Now he's over here in the Midwest at Illinois. I don't know if any of y'all grew up watching 2000s basketball, but his dad was one heck of a shooter. Peja Stojakovic played with the Sacramento Kings with Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, even before Turkaloo was on that team at a point. Vlade Divac, so Ivisic with the dunk off the Stojakovic assist. Tyrell Ward with the three. The challenge is you don't want to trade baskets, right? You have 3:28 to go. Can't really trade baskets with these guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch this to this High Point game. High Point, Arkansas. I think it's gonna be tough for High Point, but they're staying in here. Billy Richmond the third with the drive. Cameron Fletcher makes the layup. 5 point game. They're staying in this, man. DJ Wagner with two, man. Would love to see him kind of figure out his career, figure out, super highly ranked coming out of high school, but I respect his patience. I respect his unselfishness. All right, this High Point team, man. Johnston, I feel like he was the hero in the first round, wasn't he? Swap down. Malik Ewan with a turnaround jumper. Listen, High Point is not backing down. I feel like Brazil and Richmond are some good athletes. And Malik Thomas, he's a microwave scorer. He was coming off the bench earlier in the year. They decided to start him and have Wagner come off the bench. All right, this game's still on. This would be a crazy upset. Like, I don't know if y'all remember a few years ago when Calipari was at Kentucky and Oakland. And Oakland got him in the first round. Fletcher having a real good game. Coming to play. Cameron Fletcher. Who the leading scorer is? Is it not Johnson? Oh, Anderson. This team is not bad though. Like I know people are gonna say they probably didn't play as many good teams, but a 12 seed for them isn't terrible, right? A team with 31 wins, obviously they dominated their conference to get 31 wins, but all right, let's get back to this game. Switch the flow after. Stojakovic with the driving leg. What is he at? 21 now? 21 for Stojakovic, 14 for Wagler, 14 for Ivisic. Anybody have any teams that they're rooting for? Any teams that you grew up watching? Any teams that you went to school? Uh, any teams that you're interested in seeing in this, just and mostly just interested in seeing during this tournament? I'm coming back every once in a while to check the chat, just in case if there's anybody in there. No, that's good. Phil Martelli Jr. gonna start getting some of these other players in the game. Uh, Credit to him. He's given the he gave credit to the media team, that young crew that comes around and follows their games. He might not be at VCU very long though. I imagine he might get some looks for some from some of these high major gigs, and credit to Phil Martelli Jr., son of Phil Martelli, who coached that that darling St. Joe's team, right? Those guys out of Philadelphia, with Jameer Nelson and Delonte West and them guys. They were one of the more fun teams to watch. If you remember you remember the 2000s NCAA basketball, one of the better teams. And Jameer Nelson Jr., he was a good player in college as well. Illinois just really dominating this game. They're a really good team. They're a really good team. The Big Ten is showing up really well in this tournament. You got Illinois, you got Michigan State, you got Michigan, you got Nebraska doing well. So the Big Ten really, really representing right now. Really representing right now. I feel like the A10 did pretty well just because VCU and St. Louis well lost. Pretty good showing for that conference as well. Pretty good showing for let's see. I mean the Big 12, you had Texas and then you had well, Texas, Houston, Kansas, right? So the Big 12 did what they had to do too. Duke looked Duke having a dominant performance. Yeah. I don't know if Phil Martelli Jr. Yeah, I mean VCU has been a really, really strong team. Right? I think they won like 17 games in a row dating back to January, so nothing to put your head down about with this team. Really good run, really good year. Impressive stuff here. DJ Wagner with the steal, Malik Thomas with the driving layup, Braden Howson with the rebound. Listen, High Point is not laying down. Rob Martin with the layup. My goodness, these High Point Panthers. Don't ever give up, kids. Billy Richmond, the third, with the short shot. 4 point game. This game has had good pace to it, though. Yeah, with the Billy Richmond with the dunk. DJ Wagner with the assist. DJ Wagner playing good basketball here. Right? 2 points, 3 assists. What, a steal? A steal. 0 turnovers. Rob Martin makes the 2 free throws. 2 point game. Listen, High Point is not laying down. I give them Billy Richmond. Foul by Bradenhausen. Listen, Arkansas is playing well to me. Like the way that they're playing well. Look, 52% from the field, 57% from three. They only shot one free throw. One turnover. Neither team really turned the ball. A lot of teams not really turned the ball over in this tournament. So credit to the coaching and the execution. All right? Like Arkansas is playing really well, but High Point is not giving up. You know, we'll see if they could sustain this in the second half. But golly gee, geez Louise, bro. Jeez Louise, bro. Billy Richmond makes the second free throw. 5-point game. Brazil. I feel like he's a really good athlete, too. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Cameron Fletcher misses the three. Lee Ewan with the misses the 8-footer. Rob Martin with the layup. Rob Martin with the layup. 1-point game. Listen, we're gonna see how this works out, but this you gotta give credit to High Point for at least hanging in there this first half. My goodness, man. Martin and Fletcher have been playing really well, and High Point's not really playing that well overall as a team. Right? Johnston really hasn't caught fire. Acuff is kind of chilling. DJ Wagner has been playing really well. You can't really see it in the stat sheet, but man, Arkansas with the timeout, they're like, what in the world is going on? This is a pretty good game too. Nebraska having a record season. Vanderbilt's been pretty good this year. Tyler Tanner, Duke Miles, excellent players for Vanderbilt. Hoiberg, very solid. Mass and Sanford do a good job for Nebraska. But listen, Nebraska, this is the first time Nebraska has ever won a game in the NCAA tournament. And this is the best they've ever been. This is the best they've ever been, you know? I mean, they've been around for a long time, more of a football school, but showing here that, listen, we could play a little bit of basketball too. 27 wins. They were undefeated for a decent amount of time during the year, so shout out to Hoiberg, man. Fred Hoiberg, NBA player, Chicago Bull, I believe. So shout out to Fred Hoiberg. Shout out to Nebraska Nation, man. They had Tominaga last year. Foul on Chandler Bing. Wonder if he's related to Dave Bing. If anybody remembers the Sacramento, the Syracuse legend, NBA top 75 all time player. Dave Bing right there. Braden Fragger, the turnover. See if Nebraska. See if Nebraska could take advantage. Duke Miles with a turnover. See what the turnovers are looking like. Yeah, a lot of turnover. I don't want to say a lot. Wouldn't say a lot. If this was the first half, maybe. But overall, in the games that I've been covering, teams have been taking care of the ball. Tyler Tanner coming in for Duke Miles. I imagine, give him a little bit of a break, but 10 minutes to go, you probably want to bring them both in the game. Sam Hoiberg with the layup. Tyler Nickel with the three ball. Hey, Nebraska staying in this game. Shout out to Nebraska, man. They're not. I mean, shout out to Vandy. Man, this High Point Arkansas game is kind of crazy right now. I don't know if High Point will be able to sustain it in the second half, but Arkansas up one, they take the lead. Halftime on that high point. Halftime on the high point. Arkansas game. All right, that game is over, so I will step off for the day. I'll probably do a little bit.